Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jodi Tiahrt TV on WCOBM. I am your host, Jodi Tiahrt, and my next guest is this beautiful lady, Alejandra Caldera. And thank you so much for joining me today on my show.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Good. So we're going to talk to her a little bit about her background, where she grew up, her family life, her kids. 'Cause believe it or not, this little thing has two little girls that are beautiful. I actually wanted to have them on the show today. She's like, no, I have a babysitter.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from and growing up in Las Vegas?
Yes, Las Vegas. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have two little ones, and I was thinking, I was like, should I bring them? Should I not bring them? But then I was like, oh, we only have such a amount of time. Like, we'd be here all day if they were here. But yeah, I do. I have two kids. They are 3.5 and 1.5. I am born in California, in Los Angeles area, and I was very young, and my family's from Mexico.
Okay.
So we moved out there. My dad was working out there, and we went there for about 4 years. And of course, it was time to go back to school, so we came back to the States, and we came to Las Vegas. So Las Vegas is basically home to me now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here all my life, so it's awesome.
Now, brothers, sisters?
Yes, I have one brother, and of course I'm married. Don't forget him, or else he'll be like, why didn't you mention me?
That's right. She is married, guys,
Yes,
okay?
Sorry. No, just kidding. No, I am married. I actually, funny story, got married at really young. I was actually married at 18.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think just whenever you know that that's the right person for you, then you just know.
Yeah.
So I just knew. And I've been with him ever since. Almost 10 years now.
How old are you? I'm sorry.
I'll be 26.
You're a baby too. I have the young ones on today, but they're awesome because they're all young entrepreneurs and I love it.
Awesome.
So yeah, you got married at 18 and then what? What happened after that?
18.
So did you start working? What'd you do?
Yes, I've always been super goal oriented. I've always known what I wanted. I'm a big believer of the dream board. If you put it out there, it'll happen.
Love it.
I believe you pray for it, you work for it, you'll receive it.
Yeah.
So I put it out there that I was going to go to college, I was going to be on TV, and sure enough, I graduated, and here I am again. I actually graduated at 18 with both my bachelor's and my high school diploma, like within like 6 to 9 months of each other. So I was
awesome.
I was in an accelerated program in high school. So by the time I graduated, I was like a year left of college.
Wow.
So I did that really quickly, started working for a TV station here in Vegas.
So what was your undergrad in, or what was your degree in?
It was, funny story, it was actually in marketing and public relations, but there was just something about television. I was like, one day. And I was drawn to it. I love it. It's very fast paced and it's live, so you have to be on your feet, and I love that. And so I did that. I was the youngest person to be at the station. I was only like 19, and I was producing a 6 p.m. newscast.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a 30-minute show at 19 years old. That was the youngest person to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what station was this?
It was Univision. It was a Spanish TV station here in Las Vegas. I did that for about 5 years, and I have 2 Emmy Awards, which is one of the most prestigious awards for a journalist.
Oh my gosh.
So I would just, that's what I thought at the time. That was like my career path, and that's what I was going to do until I was old. But you know, things happen and life changes, and you just have to roll with the punches.
Yeah. So did you get out of the TV industry, or what happened?
Yeah, I did. So what had happened was that I actually we got into a very hard financial situation.
Okay.
And we were broke. I mean, I was on TV and I was portraying like you know, this thing that I wasn't. And at the time, I already had my first daughter, and I wasn't planning it. But then here I was pregnant again. And this time around, it was very scary. For about 4 months, on and off, I was having a risk of miscarrying. They weren't sure if she was healthy. And it was just an emotional roller coaster. And I took a step back, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? You know, where are my priorities? Career will always be there. TV's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
And whether it's online or, you know, but it's not going anywhere, and my family will. And I couldn't sacrifice that anymore. I couldn't put the time that I was investing into somebody else's dream and somebody else's vision, and it wasn't worth it anymore. And like I said, I was at a very, very tough financial spot. So it was like, do I have to work? But then that's, where another opportunity presented itself. But that's kind of how I left the station.
Okay.
It was just, I took a decision that my family was more important at the time. And I wrote out my pregnancy. About a month later, I found out everything was fine. And then it was smooth sailing from there. But it was a very scary couple of first months. And that's when I realized that family comes first.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously your husband was very supportive during this time, and he helped you maybe make that decision at that time?
Yes. He was like, don't worry about it. Like, I'll take care of it. I'll hold down the fort. And like I said, at the time, we weren't really sure how. But we have, I'm a woman of God, and I have such a strong faith. And I just knew that he would provide somehow, somehow. And then sometimes we have this vision of what we want, like I said, and we're so set on it. And I was so set on, I was literally in the peak of my career. 2 Emmy Awards, the youngest person there. I interviewed top politicians. I did the Latin Grammys, which is very prestigious.
Absolutely.
So I had done it all, and for me to walk away from it, it was a big leap of faith.
Right.
But it was the biggest leap of faith that turned my life like completely around. And had it not been for that, then I probably wouldn't even be here right now with you.
Right.
So.
Well, I found you on Instagram, obviously through some friends and everything, but your posts were so amazing because you're very inspirational. And I read your stories about struggling as a struggling mom and 2 little girls, and how you left your career and now you have a business. So
yes. So like I said, I took this leap of faith. I heard about network marketing before, but I wasn't sure. Of course, the first thing that comes to mind is it a scam?
Yeah,
it's a pyramid, and all these things. And even my husband was like, if you're gonna do it, just careful because they're gonna steal your money. And I was like, no, they're not. I didn't know, but I had just blind faith. And like I said, my work ethic has always been, not to brag, but that's what I pride myself on my work ethic. And I was like, I know that if I put my all into this, that it's gonna work.
Right.
I'm like, just trust me. And I started for $500 a month, and I've turned it into a 6-figure income.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
amazing.
I told my husband, I'm gonna pay for our car payment, and we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna be struggling a little bit. We're gonna be all right, but above water. And before you know it, I was paying the car, and then I was paying this, and I was paying that, and then taking vacations, and I was like, wow, and all from home, all with my kids.
Yes.
And I think that's the best part, just that I get to see them grow up.
Right.
Spending so much money on daycare.
Right.
Never seeing my child, and now to have the best of both worlds, the income, the freedom. It's just been amazing.
And she's so young. She's a baby
26.
too. Yeah, so that's awesome. So I know all my viewers are wondering, well, what is this business? And so just kind of tell us a little bit about the business, because after we take the break, we're actually going to show the products and go over the products and everything. But so what is this business? This magical business.
This magical business, right? Yes. It's called It Works Global, and we are best known for the crazy wrap thing. You can't see me, but I'm actually wrapping right now.
I love it.
Yeah, we're best known for that. Like you said, we have a lot of other products, but it basically tightens, tones, and firms in 45 minutes.
Okay.
And it's like literally a skinny wrap. Now, it doesn't replace the gym or a healthy lifestyle, but it does enhance it. And especially for moms, once you have that first baby, that second baby, that third baby, our skin and our bodies, as much as you kill it at the gym, sometimes are just not the same.
Right.
And the texture of the skin isn't the same, so they are literally lifesavers. I had lost my confidence completely after my first child, and I was 22. So I hated how I looked. My stomach was just not the same. And thanks to these amazing products, I've regained confidence, and it's just awesome what they can do for you. And like I said, the business is just transformed my life.
So how did you hear about this business? Was it a friend approach you, or how did you get started in all that?
It's so funny. It's the power of social media nowadays. I mean, that's how I found you with the bars, and you found me, and that's how I heard about the gym that I go to, all on social media. So I actually saw this girl who's saying she's making all this money, and I'm like, how in the heck? Like, tell me your secret, because I was struggling. So I was like, whatever you're doing, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, well, let me see first. I tried the product, fell in love, and now I'm here.
Awesome. So we are going to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we are actually going to go over some of the It Works products.
Yes.
So please stay tuned, because we're going to go into depth about these amazing products, and hopefully maybe even help some of you that are out there.
Yeah, I actually have a surprise for your viewers, so we'll talk about that as well.
Okay, awesome. We'll see you in a few.